Hi, this is Majinoni, and I went to BlizzCon this year, so I had lots of extra time in the airport to read comics. So here's a quick review over some of the books I read. I'm not going to go into great detail, just because there's so many of them. Let's start off with Superboy number 2. I thought that this issue was a lot better than the first issue. We're seeing some action finally with Rose and Connor, and they fought these alien-looking shark people. Superboy basically starts to learn what his limits are. Looks like there's going to be definitely some conflict between his handler and the government. So it piqued my interest a little bit more. I think the cover was pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm going to keep getting it. Batwoman number 2. Batwoman is becoming the comic book I am desperately trying to not say this is so great, because I just don't want to buy another book. But Batwoman is actually a really, really entertaining, solid read. She's actually, from what I can tell, the only Bat person that said no to Batman when he came around asking people to join Inc. But it's solid stories, solid artwork, and it was just really entertaining. If you haven't picked up Batwoman number 1, I would recommend picking it up, because actually this is probably one of the better of the relaunches. Batgirl number 2, I don't know. I can see if you maybe had no idea about Batgirl's past with Barbara Gordon, you might think this is a great read. There's a lot of good things actually involved here. She's inexperienced. Keep in mind, when I say inexperienced, she had that long period of time where she's been in the wheelchair, so that rust shows. She not really freaks out, but she hesitates and pauses based on the situation, especially when she has got a gun pointed to her. So there's a lot of interesting things that Gail Simone's doing right, but I'm now losing hope that they're actually going to explain why she gained the ability to walk properly. Because again, she mentions, I don't understand why this miracle happened to me. Well, why don't you just say what the freaking miracle is and give me some sort of clue? At least you can say it was Star Labs or something like that, rather than some miracle. Because, now I'm getting to the point where I'm really annoyed. I don't think you had a reason, and even if you did, I really don't want to wait to find out. So Batgirl, I think, is definitely, it's just dropping on my list. Frankenstein and the Agent of Shade. Well, like I said in my previous review on this, it's basically Hellboy, and if I'm going to read Hellboyish, I'm going to read Hellboy. I mean, there is interesting things about this book. I like the art. I like the fact that there's monsters. There's some decent level of violence in it, but like I said, if I want Hellboy, I'm buying Hellboy, not some stupid clone. DC Online Legends. I'm going to keep this really quick, but Brainiac basically goes to Sinestro's homeworld, and he's just killing everything on the planet. So the Guardians decide to send the Lanterns in. What they basically do, they're going to contain the planet. Whoever's left over, that's who they're going to fight. It was kind of shocking to see it happen that way, but I mean, I'm still enjoying DC Legends. Resurrection Man, I love the art, but I think for me, the stigma that I had about the title from the previous time that this book came out, it's not allowing me to get into the story. So I think I'm gonna probably end up. I don't even know why I'm hesitating. I'm gonna end up dropping this. But I love the body doubles. I do like them. Deathstroke was a joke. I don't know. To me, it's like what it looked like is in the DC wanted to show you how much of a badass Deathstroke is. So he goes to this bar, deal goes bad, and all these other assassins attack him, and he's just cutting them up right and left, heads, limbs flying everywhere. And I'm like, so, it's like, this should be expected, he's supposed to be this good anyways. So then I'm like, blah, 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 he's chasing after some guy, and then a guy named Road Rage goes after him, and Deathstroke seems excited about this. What type of an asinine character is named Road Rage? Prepare to die? You know? I'm like, I don't know. I am at a complete loss. Deathstroke is supposed to be one of the premier DC villains, and they are treating him like a joke. And I can't look at this. Road Rage bringing the Carpocalypse. I mean, is this DC's attempt at a humor book? I don't know. This is gonna be dropped. Demon Knights was entertaining. You have basically the formation, what appears to be a formation of a superhero team. I normally don't like Vandal Savage as a character, but I kind of found it amusing as how he's really excited about tasting dragon meat. Basically, the heroes kill the dragons, the villains don't appreciate that, so they're going to raise the town, basically, because they cannot let anybody get out. But, I mean, I like the art, I like the story so far, it's entertaining, at least it's entertaining to me, so this is still on track to being a keeper for me. Okay, Fear Itself, The Fearless, #1. I don't know. This is clearly, definitely the continuation of Fear itself. You have Sin looking for the hammers, and you have Valkyrie going to, Captain America saying, look, you can't keep these hammers on Earth. Somebody's going to find them and take them. And Captain America's like, look, I'm pretty darn confident that we can handle this. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You should have given the hammers to Valkyrie to take care of, because she definitely would have kept them out of human reach. But, Cap, he's pretty stubborn sometimes. The one thing positive I will say about this book is I do like how they're giving Valkyrie the spotlight. She doesn't usually get it, and she's usually like a C-D level character, so they're actually trying to do something with her. So I applaud. But I don't think this is a really, really strong title yet. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. X-Men, the final issue, and this couldn't end fast enough for me. Mostly because of Land's artwork, and I don't think this was really going anywhere. The story itself was interesting in the sense of it was Mr. Sinister, and he was basically chronicling the what was going on with the X-Men. And he goes through a transformation type thing, which he pretty much looks like the same person. And in part of it also is the continuation of how, the split up where the Beast comes back, says his last words to Cyclops, and then they leave type thing. Overall, it's not a great... This is the type of book that basically closes the chapter on it, but you don't have to pick it up, because it's not going to fulfill your life or anything like that. Mr. Terrific was Mr. Terrible. This issue, while I did start to enjoy the first issue, this did absolutely nothing to impress me. And this is quickly going into the drop pile. I don't know. I'm not impressed with the supervillain. I'm not impressed with what the supervillain's trying to do. Causing all those people to go psycho, and they're gonna look at him as some sort of god type thing, and it's just I think this is failing. This is definitely failing, and it's failing pretty quickly. What's really disappointing is I knew that DC was trying to elevate this character, and this is not the way to do it. I really don't think it's going to translate to sales in the long haul. And finally, Legion Lost. I think Fabian here is lost in his writing, because I don't really think that, again, this is a strong title. While I do think that the direction of the story is where it needs to go, in that, okay, you've already put them in a bad situation in the sense that they're stranded on Earth in modern times. And now they're dealing with the effects of the their battle and the explosion, all that other nonsense from the first issue. And they meet somebody who got transformed, and he's basically like Wildfire. Now, well, I think that's a great idea in the sense of it. Certain parts that are going to need to be addressed. I just don't think that this is a strong issue at all. I really don't care, and that's the problem. I liked some of these characters, and it's not doing anything for me to make me want to care about their situation. It's not making me want to read this book. There's just too many characters, and it's like I'm right. Even though they split it into 2 different books, I'm in overload, trying to remember who everybody is. And if somebody were to quiz me and saying who is on this cover, I can say that's Wildfire. I think that's Dawnstar, and I think that's Timberwolf. That's about it. And I guess that's probably more than what other people would know. But I just don't care. I just don't care about these characters any longer. At least in this current form. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. And I'll have more reviews up later. We do have new comic book day on Friday. And, not Friday, Wednesday. And I should be getting the next week's DC's #2s tomorrow. So, until next time.